Welcome to the INFOWARS Nightly News. It is Friday, April 24th, 2015, and I'm Leanne McAdoo. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight.
Tonight, guess who's supporting Al-Qaeda in Yemen? Then, the media circles wagons around Hillary. And gearheads weigh in on self-driving cars. That's next on the INFOWARS Nightly News.
No lights on, just run right up behind you with pleasure. Just get and then swing around and almost hit you.
Well, Hillary Clinton could be called for a public hearing. Once again, she's going to be in front of the special committee in Congress that's investigating the 2012 Benghazi attacks. They have tentatively set this for the week of May 18th, and the Republican chair of that panel, Trey Gowdy, he's continuing to press this former Secretary of State. He wants some answers. They don't believe that they've gotten all the information from Clinton and that obviously she hasn't turned over all the relevant documents. They're going to be speaking with her, of course, about the Benghazi attack, as well as her email practices at the State Department. They released some sample questions. Gowdy wants everyone to know that he's not gonna be taking it easy on her. He's gonna be asking the questions that no one in the media will ask her. You know, things like when and why did you set up a private email server? When did you think that was gonna be a good idea? Who did you communicate with? What sort of entities outside of the State Department did you use this email for? And Democrats are, of course, all flustered because they say it's very convenient that the final Benghazi report is not going to be issued until sometime next year. Of course, that's going to be right in the heat of the presidential race. But seriously, what are they expecting to find out from Hillary when they roll her out for this charade once again? We've been hearing stories this week of the Clinton Foundation accepting donations in exchange for Russian control of a Wyoming uranium mine. The Clinton Foundation has announced that they're going to now have to refile 5 years worth of taxes. And also the Clintons denied that a meeting ever took place between mining company investors in their house in Chappaqua. And that was until a reporter said, well, we actually have photos of you guys during that meeting. And they were like, oh, okay, yes, well, we did in fact meet with them. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to lie until you're able to produce some evidence to the contrary, which is, of course, why she deleted all of her emails. So they need to get the server. They don't need to parade her out so she can just lie once again in front of this public hearing. Now, obviously, what we've seen from the media is that they're not going to go after Hillary. Here, Gowdy's going to be the only one asking her about that email server. Nobody in the mainstream media has done that. And the way they've been treating her scandals thus far, I don't really think she has anything to worry about that. Here is Salon.com, which obviously we know they're super biased anyway, they're for the left. But rather than talk about any of Hillary's scandals, they're going to go after the GOP's pathetic money groveling. Why the Republican nomination will go to the highest bidder. Yeah, right. I mean, that's like par for the course when it comes to a candidate running for president. But they're talking about how Ted Cruz is now cozying up to gay New York billionaires. This article says that, a lot of these gay billionaires believe that the gay marriage thing is a done deal. So now they can go back to being conservatives because that's sort of chic now, apparently, in this community. And then they're going after Marco Rubio, especially. They're saying that Sheldon Adelson is a big fan. And of course, Adelson spent $100 million in the 2012 campaign. But I mean, seriously, the Clinton campaign has projected a $2.5 billion campaign run. They're projecting they're going to spend $2.5 billion to get Hillary Clinton elected. That's double what Barack Obama spent. Now, she here is running on this platform of being for the people, and she's going to take down the 1% and even things out, even the playing field. But come on, it's the 1%ers who are going to be donating billions to her campaign. And people on Twitter are wondering, hey, Salon, has Marco Rubio made any uranium deals yet? No, I didn't think so. Probably not. If he had, I guarantee that would be all over the mainstream news. However, it is not, and Hillary has made these uranium deals, but that's not news. What she's eating at Chipotle is news. Now, why is the media doing that? Because the Clintons, like the Bushes, they are a safe bet for billionaires like Sheldon Adelson. They know that if they get them elected, they're going to follow through on the campaign promises that they've made to the billionaires, not the campaign promises that they're making to all the rest of us, all the idiots that are going to vote solely with their vaginas out there, thinking that Hillary's going to come along and change the status quo. Now, comedian Seth Meyers did a whole segment going on about the author of this book that's coming out that's causing a lot of these scandals to surface. He goes after the author of Clinton Cash, saying it's nothing but anti-Hillary bias. Now, Twitter, once again, just quickly pieced the puzzle together. That's what I love about Twitter. Just really showing why he would be specifically circling the wagons around Hillary Clinton. And there, it's because he hosted the Clinton Global Citizens Award last year. So they're saying, I wonder if his hosting fee included a little extra to kiss the Clintons' butts on late night TV. And people are pointing out that he was probably paid there with some of that uranium money. But that's just one person. I mean, you can turn on the television and see this bias. It's so obvious. But the big player in the game is the owner of Univision. Now, this is Haim Sabin, and he is the billionaire media mogul who owns the Spanish language U.S. TV channel Univision. And he is convinced that Hillary is going to win. Now, he donated more than $12,000 to her Senate and presidential campaigns between 1999 and 2008, but donated between 10 and 25 million to the Clinton Foundation. So he is a big fan. And we can flash back to a story from last year where some people were starting to say, hey, wait a minute, has Univision, are they already giving Hillary Clinton access to all of the viewers on this network? And she hasn't even announced that she's going to run. They say network gives Hillary Clinton direct access to Hispanic Americans. Is the largest Spanish language network boosting a likely candidate 2 years removed from the 2016 presidential election? It's certainly looking that way, and the media are turning a blind eye. And here, once again, this guy who is a billionaire media mogul who owns a Spanish language television station is coming right out and saying it's not a matter of if, but when Hillary gets elected. And here he is obviously going to be boosting her up on one of the largest networks here in America. And it's huge because every month, 50,000 Hispanics turn 18. So that is a huge voting pool. And Univision is very important in presidential elections when we have these elections are being increasingly influenced by Latino voters. Now, obviously, this would not fly if it was a Republican candidate being propped up this way. But we know we're dealing with a very leftist media out there. I wish more people could realize that. But of course, the mainstream media is too busy gearing up for their favorite week of the year. That's right, Nerd Prom. Nerd Prom. It's the White House Correspondents' Dinner. It's where presidential reporters get to rub elbows with all of the people that they're supposed to be holding accountable and partying with celebrities who literally do not know their names. They don't even know who they are. They say, "Oh, I'm not into politics." And then, of course, they get to parade themselves down the red carpet. And now we also know, because we reported on this last week, that those very same celebrities probably don't get involved in politics because they're being vetted by the State Department, who wants to leverage their popularity in order to push the president's agenda. Now, none of those correspondents, I guarantee you, are going to sit Obama down and say, hey, why are you blocking access to the White House? You're supposed to be the most transparent president ever, the most transparent administration. I guarantee you not a single one of them is going to make a joke about that. Now, Politico, of all outlets, is pointing out that Nerd Prom is a huge mess. And one of the big issues they say at the dinner is that it's now more about business just as much as it is about journalism. And they point out how corporations control a majority of the tickets. There are advertisers, lobbyists, and business interests in attendance at this dinner, sitting right beside the political reporters who are supposed to be holding them accountable reporting on their dealings, reporting about, how they are connected with the administration. So the Fourth Estate is a total joke. It's becoming more transparent by the day, and this is just one big vanity party where the press gets to pat itself on the back for duping Americans once again into electing another evil authoritarian overlord. Good job, guys. Now, stick around. We got a couple reports coming up in the B block, how the Obama administration and Saudis support al-Qaeda in Yemen. And then the University of Florida is going to be investigating some fraternity members who allegedly disrespected some wounded warriors. And then Joe Biggs and Rob Dew will be joining me in studio. We're going to review Call of Duty Black Ops 3. They've just released their latest trailer.
My name is Alex Jones. Most of you know me from my syndicated radio program and my documentary films, as well as INFOWARS Nightly News. When I got on air 20 years ago, I had discovered the globalist program, their plan to take over the world, and my focus went from running 6 miles every other day, swimming 2-3 miles a couple times a week, and lifting weights, to focusing on fighting the globalist. I've gone from 279 pounds all the way down to 235 pounds, and the weight's going off even faster. Super Male Vitality, Survival Shield X2 Nascent Iodine, and Oxy Powder. Those 3 products of the entire family of InfoWarsLife.com products are the most important from my own personal experience. And it wasn't just that my weight loss accelerated. My muscle mass increased. My stamina, my energy levels exploded. Now is the time to take action. Start your journey today with the Alex Challenge Pack. It's the trifecta of change. Secure yours today and get free shipping for a limited time at InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. The knowledge of the ancients, tried and true, trusted herbs and extracts fused with the latest nutraceutical science. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. For the last 2 years, our team has been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to develop the ultimate nutraceutical formulation. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. For a limited time, get 25% off on this introductory offer. Visit ancientdefense.com or call 888-253-3139. ancientdefense.com.
A Saudi prince promised to give pilots free, expensive luxury cars. Prince Al-Walid bin Talal is the Saudi King Abdullah's nephew. He has a $300 million stake in the social media company Twitter and is reportedly worth nearly $40 billion. To recognize the 100 participating Saudi pilots, I am pleased to present them with 100 Bentley cars, bin Talal said in a tweet. The Saudi bombing campaign, dubbed Decisive Storm, commenced on March 26th against Shia Houthis. The United Nations expressed alarm 6 days into the bombing campaign as the civilian death toll climbed.
The residents of the capital and many other cities are the target of such continuation of airstrikes. Also, with the continuation of the aerial and sea ban, there is a growing need for basic medical equipment as well as the food accommodation. So we are witnessing alarming humanitarian crisis in Yemen.
Earlier this week, the Obama administration tried to limit the scope of the bombing campaign.
Part of our goal as the world's leading superpower is to work with partner countries to try to resolve conflicts, to be ruthless.